Over the past few weeks, we have been talking a lot about censorship in the video game industry and specifically about payment processors being able to control our entertainment. It is totally and completely unfair to gamers who want to consume adult legal content and developers who want to make it. But of course, Visa and Mastercard have been in the news. We've been overwhelming their customer service lines, but of course, they are not taking the situation well as they are silencing gamers on social media and hiding posts. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, with the executive order, yes, I do think that we have gotten some form of a win, though stay cautiously optimistic because it is not a guaranteed done deal, right? We still could see a lot of censorship because there is so much control spreading across the internet from governments and also companies. Right now, the ID systems are absolutely insane. We're seeing bans on certain pieces of content and creators all over the world having their ability to monetize their work ripped away from them. It is why we need to continue to fight against this censorship. But Mastercard and Visa have put out statements basically saying that they are not the reason why companies are doing this, why Steam and itch.io are removing thousands of games off of their platforms, and we know that that is complete and utter BS, and it's very tricky wording by them. Mastercard had said Mastercard has not evaluated any gamer-required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites and platforms, contrary to media reports and allegations. Our payment network follows standards based on the rule of law. Put simply, we allow all lawful purchases on our network. At the same time, we require merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure Mastercard cards cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. Now, they are saying that, yes, they are not the ones evaluating any games, which is technically true. That's why this wording is extremely tricky, because while they are not the ones who are looking over the content and monitoring it and saying exactly what has to be banned or what is allowed, they are threatening certain platforms and they're saying we are going to rip our services away from you if you do not comply with our extremely vague guidelines. They want to keep these platforms on their toes. They want to keep them scared and they want to keep them complying, because ultimately this isn't about protecting girls or women or human beings. This is about power and control. It's why I've called out organizations like Collective Shout so many times, why I will continue to call out certain payment processors. And it's the unfortunate truth that right now certain creatives are being monitored so heavily and they do risk losing their livelihoods. I mean, technically, even my channel, right, could be under consideration for a ban. It could be targeted. I could have funding sources ripped away from me, though I'm going to continue to fight this fight. But Mastercard and Visa have been getting absolutely raked across the coals by gamers. Looking over at one of Visa's newest posts, by the way, they haven't really posted that much. It's got 34 likes to 488 comments, and there's hundreds of people saying, you guys are going to cease to exist in 10 years if you don't bend the knee, just letting you know. Quit fucking with the gaming industry. You losers want to censor us. You won't win this. Just put the fries in the bag, kid. Reminder, Visa wasn't censoring legal content so hard that the government had to step in to stop them from not doing it. Corporations have no right and no law makes them such. It's time to force you out of existence. Stop censoring games. F off. This is ridiculous. And Mastercard's post was very similar. I mean, it had 7.1k likes, but it also had 8.3k comments and 4.7k reposts. There are thousands upon thousands of gamers who are saying, why are you lying? Resorting to blatant gaslighting now, huh? Yeah, they're nervous. Keep up the pressure. And we had heard that gamers were overwhelming their customer service lines, but it looks like they want to silence people, because if you go to view hidden replies, there are tons. And we're talking about people just saying that they're liars. These posts are getting hidden. Big corpos think that they can just lie to the average person and get away with it. Sadly, people outside their employee circle are this easily tricked. Get effed. Again, this is not a post that targets a certain employee or doxes anyone or threatens anyone's lives or anything like that. We're talking about what I would still deem is pretty tame for the internet. It's only got one swear in there. And sure, if you read some of these, there are some posts that definitely cross the line, that are definitely too far, but the majority of them aren't. Stop talking nonsense. What right do you have to ban consumers? You are no different than robbing consumers' money. You say that you don't censor reviews and impose, but you put pressure on the sellers. Your headquarters deserves to be B, but I have canceled Mastercard. Absolute losers. No, I'm going to call BS on this one. Why touch our games? We were fine. We had freedom. We could make any adult games without problems. Now we're learning it's because of people like you who censored all of our games. I wonder if you feel the same. If we shut down your hobby, nobody is buying this BS. No, F you. 6 days later, 9+ million views, 8.2K replies, 4.7K retweets, and 7K likes. Safe to say that a lot of us are pretty pissed with these lying people. BS, you're so full of it. So I think that this is honestly pretty funny because it is always amazing to see gamers speaking up and ultimately defending their hobby when so many people oppose it. I know that there are so many people out there across the world, right, who are posting about this, who are watching videos, who are reposting comments about it on social media, and that's what we can do at this point in time that is the best. Contacting their customer service lines. There are specific ones for like ethics where you can launch complaints. Those are great ways to contact them. Of course, going to their social media and leaving comments and voicing how unhappy you are really does help, because if Mastercard and Visa trend, more people get more eyes on it, and that means that more people could potentially talk about the situation. I know that there's a lot of censorship sweeping across the internet. Right now, it's not just in the video game space, but of course, I cover primarily video games on this channel, so I will continue to do my best to cover it as much as possible, even if I have to repeat information sometimes, because ultimately I think that we need as many eyes as possible on this. I want to protect the video game industry. I know so many people out there do as well, and that's why I was fighting against forced DEI narratives in our content and activists being hired in this industry, and those people have gotten a little bit of a break recently because we've been talking so much about this situation, but I of course will continue to call them out as much as possible, and payment processors being unfair. And while they can sit here and say that they're clarifying their recent headlines on gaming content, we know that it is a bunch of BS, and gamers can see through their lies and know the truth. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.